The east side of Mount Kenya is the country's only permanent ice field. But global warming is taking its toll, and it's estimated that within 20 years, no snow or ice will exist in the mountains of Africa. Now in the 21st century, the Kikuyu are the largest tribe in Kenya, still living in the shadow of the country's highest peak. Like their forefathers, they work the rich soil. Chogoria is one of the many villages surrounding the mountain, a trading post for the people of the Central Highlands. Enter the globe-trotting Warren Miller crew. Kristin Lignell makes her home in Truckee, California, where she works 4 months a year as a nurse and spends the other 8 months skiing and traveling the world. For Kristin, life is a trade-off.
Yeah, the life I've chosen to lead has allowed me to do these adventures and travel. And, you know, I fortunately have a job that allows me to be able to do this kind of thing. I mean, I feel like I've got, you know, the best of both worlds. Not, you know, of course not everything's perfect, but, you know, I can still, you know, have a kind of a real life.
Justine Van Houte is a World Cup mogul skier from Telluride, Colorado. Considering she spends all winter pounding steep moguls, a trip like this is certainly a departure from her typical day on the hill. But she's a traveler at heart, arriving in Kenya with a thirst for adventure.
You know, I can come to Kenya and do one thing that I love, which is traveling. And what am I coming here to do? You know, I'm coming here to ski Mount Kenya, which is another love of mine.
We're in Chogoria to meet a mountain guide, the man who will assist us in our ambitious objective of skiing in Kenya. We're to meet him for lunch at what he refers to as the best restaurant in town, which in this case is the Chogoria Hospital.
This chicken's a hell of a fight.
You sure this is chicken?
I think it's had top line.
It's great chapati. I don't know about the chicken, because I don't have a knife. All I got was a spoon.
Andrew Wilkowski is an authority on climbing around the world and knows Mount Kenya better than most anyone. He'll handle logistics and join us on the mountain.
So when we finish the meal, we'll load up onto the Land Rover, and we're driving up a pretty rough track through some villages and then through the National Park Forest, or at least the Forest Reserve, to a place called Spa Camp.
So it's not a spa?
Not a spa, no. It's a natural springs, and we'll just offload there, and that's where we start to walk.
So Andrew, before we go, I have one small issue, and it involves remounting my bindings.
Let's go back a couple of days to the Warren Miller Films office in Boulder, Colorado. While packing for this trip to Kenya, 2 pairs of nearly identical Salomon skis were packed for 2 different filming locations. The skis Justine intended to bring ended up going to Breckenridge, Colorado for a free skiing exhibition, and the skis now in Chogoria must have the bindings remounted to fit Justine's boots, or she won't be skiing at all.
Like this, the Phillips screwdriver, and also a drill to make small holes.
Remounting bindings requires tools that are not especially rare, but ones that can't be easily replaced.
Stop. Yeah, start.
In this emergency, we devised sign language for Phillips screwdriver.
I know it's a star, but we can still use a flat.
A star screwdriver. That sounds like it might work on a Phillips head, though the local experts seem skeptical at best.
No, it's too big. Too big. It won't fit. Big. Yeah, it's too big. This could take a while. Like surgery.
For this operation to continue, a more comprehensive tool search must be undertaken.
Somebody going off to go find a screwdriver, which is the right side. That's all we need, really.
And like any good mechanic, he doesn't bring back just one tool, but a whole selection, in the hope that one of them will be the magic bullet.
Hey, no arguing. No arguing.
Midway through the process, it's revealed that the screwdriver isn't the only tool we're short on.
Why do you say drill bit in Swahili? Anyone?
Marking the holes is simple enough, but without a chuck to remove the improper drill bit, they resort to a rather more old-fashioned means of problem solving, the hammer.
This ain't no Home Depot.
While old tools are hammered into new ones, Justine does her best to explain the many features of modern ski bindings.
Stop. Yeah. So it doesn't just keep going all the way down the mountain.
Perhaps if they'd ever seen someone on skis, the need for release bindings would be easier to understand. As it is, they seem happy with the explanation.
We need power. Yeah, if you could hold the skis, that would be great. Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right, you guys ready?
I think this is quite an unusual experience for them. They're not normally used to repairing skis and bindings and things of this sort. But they're doing quite a good job now. They've almost got there.
Well, it's working out. We got the first one pretty much done. Yay! High-five! You got it. So now the true test. Take the boot and try and put it in.